Mozambique is reeling following the devastating floods that have killed people and left widespread damage to roads, bridges and other key facilities. The United Nations says it's on the ground as people desperately need aid.
90% of the people in Mozambique live in adobe houses that basically melt after a few days' rains. Health facilities, roads and critical infrastructure are also impacted. So far, the most affected province is Gaza, where I am today, with 64% of the affected people.
Authorities estimate that over 400,000 people have been impacted and 30,000 houses have been partially or completely destroyed in 5 affected provinces.
From Mozambique, our OCHA colleagues tell us that more than 500,000 people have been affected by recent floods in southern and central provinces. Heavy rains since mid-December have caused widespread flooding in the provinces of Gaza, Maputo, and Sofala. Authorities report that more than 510,000 people have been affected so far, with major damage to health facilities and roads. Nearly 5,000 kilometers of roads have sustained damage across 9 provinces of Mozambique, with the main road connecting the capital, Maputo, to the rest of the country now inaccessible. Supply chain lines are significantly disrupted, and authorities report the loss of more than 27,000 heads of livestock. The government is leading the response. On Saturday, it formally requested UN support for search and rescue operations, preventative evacuations, damage assessment, and the provision of temporary shelters. Evacuations continue, and 50 temporary accommodation centers nationwide are hosting more than 50,000 people. We and our partners are scaling up life-saving assistance, focusing on easing overcrowding in accommodation centers, particularly in Gaza province, as assessments continue in hard-to-reach areas.
The UN Children's Agency, UNICEF, is keeping a close eye on the situation in the southern African country.
Of particular concern are waterborne, always the combination of waterborne diseases and malnutrition, which can often prove lethal. Even before the recent floods here in Mozambique, around 4 out of every 10 children were experiencing chronic malnutrition. And so this renewed disruption to food supplies, to health services, and to care practices threatens to push the most vulnerable children into a dangerous spiral.
Some countries in southern Africa have been hit by frequent weather-related disasters that scientists say have been exacerbated by climate change. Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.